Hello there. So yeah, today was interesting day. Interesting day. I did more dials, and I'm getting more used to the nervousism of making the cold calls. And I was able to pass through a gatekeeper. That's a win. I mean, yeah. And like shit. I mean, learned so many things doing this thing, right? And I don't know, man. You little by little, I'm starting to know care less about the outcome because no, I was like stalling. I'm not gonna lie, I was stalling. Like like being being productive, preparing for dying. Like that's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard, and I did that. But one of the videos that I watched about cold calling, which is I think it's a kind of famous guy from UK. Anyway, he said like, man, you have the right to call others. You have the right to bother others. And yeah, man. I mean, and he even said like it's not like about bother because there are a lot of 90% of the business they broke, like they go bankrupted, and most of the time it's because they don't have cash flow, they don't have leads. So I mean, I'm actually helping them. Like if I don't close them, like they're the ones that are losing, not me. Like I put it like this in perspective because I watched another video. Like if I saw those guys like in a street, like let's say I'm walking here and then I see them, I wouldn't give a fuck about them. I don't care about them because I'm always saying like no one cares, right? Yes, no one cares. I don't care either. So why should I care about? Like most of this shit is in my head. So little by little, there's a fable. I don't know how to say that, but uh history. Those things. What is the name of it? Lollipops? I don't know. But those stories that we tell to the kids. There was this Foxy, and like this Foxy, for the first time she watched a lion, and like she got really scared. Like damn, like she couldn't even like stare at the lion. And then one day goes by, and then she watch again. Like she's still like very very scared, but less scared. Like okay, that's a big cat. I mean, and then like in the third day, she looking. I mean, yeah, it's an animal, and like that continues, like until the point like that she walks like in front of the lion, and like she kind of uh, talk with the lion, like, hey, what's up? And then like the thing is that what this story teaches is about uh, when you exposure to something like for the first time, like it's something new, like you're gonna get like very scared, like a lot of nervousism, like because you're not like rationalizing what you're seeing. You're just the amygdala, the activity of the amygdala, the fear, the energy, like the adrenaline, like you can't think straight. But after like a lot of repetitions, that's why volume negates luck. In the beginning, you don't know shit and you're scared. So like of course you're gonna like perform bad, and that's why most of the people they just churn. Like when it comes to not only with cold calling, like everything in general, like everything, like training, diet, because not it's not like they're afraid like to do a diet, but no, until the point like you get used to that and you're not seeing the results, it's kind of hard like for us as human beings. Because I mean back then, like if I do like a behavior and then I get punished by it and I don't get an instant reward for it, of course I won't do that behavior again. Like that's natural for us, not only for us as human beings, like the creatures, I mean, if I go by that river and then there's a fucking alligator there, like I don't know, a fucking leopard, I don't know, some animal, hell nah, I'll never go pass by that river again because I will die. So it's the same thing. Like if there's this behavior and then I'm not getting an instant reward, I'm getting in pain. I won't do that behavior, and that's when enter like all the excuses and all that shit is in our head. I mean, even though like I noticed that. I mean, the first time I was it's like way more. And then like what, 20 minutes, and then like it's the same thing as the fox, right? Kind of okay, very scared, right? And then like that was on Thursday, and then on Friday I was still very scared, but a little less scared. And then today I was kind of I still nervous, but way less than Thursday, for example. And I did more, and then I'm understanding like man, there's nothing special about it. And I mean we had this call with our sales manager, who is the owner of the company, and he said like when you don't care, like the moment you don't give a fuck is the moment you will do the sale, you'll make the sale because you're detached from the results and the outcome. And that's hard, man, because I mean, we want that, right? Like the reason why we're doing this is to make money, is to book the meeting. Yeah. But if we focus only on that, our input is gonna be harmed by that. Because we're only thinking about oh shit, what's the thing that I must do so I can book this person. And like while I'm thinking about this, I'm not listening to the customer, I'm not listening to the prospect. So that's why when you like the winners, they focus on winning, the losers, they focus on the winners. So like there's a famous picture of a guy like they're swimming. I don't know if it's Olympics, something like that. And like the number one guy, he's just looking forward, and like the the second guy, he's looking to the first guy. So like he's not focused on the activity itself. He's focused on the outcome, which is like be this guy, like ego. And I get it that. I get that. Like, of course I compare myself. Of course I'm not saying, oh, I don't compare myself with others. Of course I do that. But I'm self-aware that this is not a behavior that's gonna make me like, that's gonna give me a lot of benefits. I mean, yeah, it's there, but it's the same shit I mentioned in some videos. There's no way if I say like don't think about something, you will think about this something. But if I say like think about other thing, then you stop thinking about that first subject and focus on the other. So little by little, I'm getting that. Um, well, other thing that happened, like I did a role play for an offer, like them telling first role play that I did. I went like really bad, like really bad, but and then like the guy, I mean, he gave some like good feedback, and then he said some bullshit. Like he was trying to coach me, like no man, because you gotta do this. Like oh, I was so nervous with that. I was like shit, man. Like know your fucking place, man. Like know your fucking place. I mean, I think I got like a really problem with coaches because I had bad experience with coaches. And when I say coaches, it's like fighting, like school, this kind of shit. And then like I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical when it comes to coaches. Like if you're really like if you're trying to be my coach, you gotta be way like way better than me, like way better. And I gotta like. I mean, I get it. I mean, this might be stupid. This might be ego. I don't give a fuck. That's me. And then like I'm like shit, man. What's the point? You know? Ah shit, man. Oh, this kind of like I'm glad. Like I'm glad that I had those bad experience, so I can be more, how can I say, be more thorough when it comes to like analyze and feedback. For example, I say, okay, is this valuable? Like, does that make sense? Because if you like take everyone advice as good, like you'll be fucked. You won't have your own opinion. So it's always good like to like have your core beliefs. And this is something that that's like one benefit of always being alone, because you gotta no one but yourself. So what are you gonna do, right? You gotta create a relationship with yourself. And like most of the people, like they're trying to like stay around others, which is good. Like I'm a human too, I like that. But they don't spend enough time with themselves. And then like right now that I'm having all this experience with sales, that I have to connect with others, communication, and then like most of the time, uh, when I'm talking with someone is related to job, like which is sales, like I'm creating like this incredible relationship with myself because when things got hard, like when things got like for example today I I really there were some opportunities and then I just fucking up. I was nervous, but I mean I learned so much with that, you know, and like that's just me. No, oh, let me I just. But that's just me, myself and I. You know, there's no other person here. So yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, and it's crazy, and I mean, at the moment like you're in pain, you you will only change like if the pain is greater, you know, greater than like the compliance or like of it staying the same. So like on Thursday when I saw like shit, man, that's harder than I expect because I had all these expectations, right? And then when I see like, oh, okay, that's more harder than I thought. I was kind of afraid. I was like, why, like, really want to do this? I don't want to do this. And then like I said to myself, and then start thinking like, okay, let's just endure, right? Because I guess that's the first point. Like, if you endure, because at the first sign of pain, people they just leave. They want to, you know, back down, and they don't want to be there. And like that's understandable. Like we don't want to feel pain, right? We don't want to feel like embarrassed. But if you don't do that, like you will miss a lot of on life, right? Because most of the really good things in life, there's like a negative side, right? Again, I was watching Hermosi, and like that's the good thing because I watch his contents, and then I start like seeing this in my day to day, and then like I have this different perspective based on my experiences, and then I noticed that yeah, that's true because I mean, in order for me to become a good cold caller, a good sales rep, I have to do the cold outreach, and it sucks. Like I'm honest, like it sucks. I don't like it, but if I would let like this emotion, like of embarrassment, of you know, feeling ashamed, like control me, I won't get good. I won't learn anything, and I will just become the same. So like it's necessary, and like it's there where you see like who really wants to win because most of the people they want to win. Like they it's not like they want to win. They want the rewards, but they don't want to be the winners. Because if you really want to be the winner, like the guy that is the number one or whatever, like it's painful, man. Like think about like to put this like in more perspective, like more easy to understand. Think about like the guy like the number one in boxing, and like I like fighting, and then like I study a little, but you see that the hard part is the training. Like they have to do a lot of sparring. But like they have to train, like simulate fights, right? And like it's really like literally like they have to got beat a lot so they can learn. And like that's not something that like most of the people they're not willing to go through that, and that's why the winners are just a few. They're just a few, and like today, like since we are at like at the top edge of human evolution, like AI, all that shit. The comfortable like there's like good sides and bad sides as everything in life, but people uh they're getting like so used to comfortable. They're getting so used in being comfortable that they're kind of forgetting the ability to endure pain, endure suffering. So that's why most of the people in the future they will be just average. Like rough like at maximum like they're gonna be good, but not great. Because for it to be great, it's gotta be unbalanced and you gotta go through a lot of shit. Of course, there will always there will be winners. Always. You can look at any point of the history of the humanity. You know, back then when we were like, I don't know, hunting, I don't know, what's the name of the elephant? Like very fluffy, like the hairy elephant. I don't know how to say that shit. You know, like that movie. Oh, what's the movie? Ice Age, something like that. But like that time, like was hard, like really hard. I mean, like we were dying like at what 25 years old, like you're already dead. Was hard, and like we're able to go through that, and then like you can look in the old world, like Egypt and like those times, like there were always great like people that were considered the greatest, and they have to go through a lot of shit, and that doesn't change. Like even now, like 2025, it's the same thing, and it's gonna be the same thing into the rest of time, you know, into the end of times. And I'm on this path, you know. Yeah, like it's good that I'm doing this, like recording those shit because it's important, you know. It's important to have this, and yeah, it's not easy, but that's definitely something that is worth fighting for, at least for me. So yeah, that's it, man. Take care.